Separate your feet a little bit, about hip distance apart, and come into a really gentle forward fold. Let the head hang, let the knees softly bend. You can have a bit of movement here if it feels good. We're taking inventory, checking, seeing how we feel in our back line. We'll return to this posture a few times. Feeling the release as we go. Gentle rock towards your heels, and towards the balls of the feet. Back and forth. Maybe already feeling a bit of opening. Keep focusing on that breath. Mindfully roll yourself all the way to stand. Coming over towards the wall, you will place your big toe on the block and try to have your other toe slide on the outside of the block. This is giving a nice long stretch right underneath that big toe, and we're pushing the big toe mound down. So do your best not to roll out on your foot to make this stretch happen. You can turn toward the wall. You can even place your forehead on your hands, leaning into the wall. Spread your toes as much as you can, feeling the opening in the back of the foot or the bottom of the foot. Keep coming back to the breath, inhaling full and exhaling slow release. One more breath here. And gently release the foot down. Move your foot to the other side of the block. Now we will pin all 4 toes on the block and try to get your big toe to push down. If it doesn't reach the floor, that's totally fine. We're just trying to find a little bit of stretch and release underneath, especially the 3 toes. Your pinky toe sometimes just hangs out. Try to minimize the rest of your movement as much as you can. Focusing the concentration of the bottom, that back line, the fascia underneath your toes, into the metatarsals. Let's take 2 more breaths here. We'll carefully release. Let the toes come down. You can wiggle them around, spread them out, and we will move on to the other foot. So taking the left big toe, pressing it on the block and trying to slide the other 4 toes down. Remember, we're not rolling out. Try to pin the big toe mound down towards the floor, creating as much pressure as you can handle or as you want to take on. And then you can lean in. If you bend your knees slightly, it might increase the sensation. And throughout this entire class, give yourself permission to play. Play in all the movements. There might be something that feels really nice. Sometimes stillness is too demanding on the body, so you need a little bit of pulsing through. Or vice versa, it might feel much better just to hold, safer. Allow yourself to let go. Release. One more breath here. We'll take that left foot away, wiggle those toes around, let the blood come back, and then move to the other side of the block, pin your 4 toes and try to press that big toe down towards the floor. You can see mine doesn't quite reach. That's okay. Open up the tissue at the bottom. Relax your shoulders, relax everything else. Let your body's healing power come to the soles of the feet. The bottom of our feet get ignored a lot. Two more breaths. As we gently unwind from this place, wiggle those toes around and we'll be coming toward our mat. You can bring your block with you and set it to the side so that it's handy for later. See how the feet are feeling so far, and grab one of your balls. Coming to the ball of one foot, place it underneath the big toe mound, and now gently start to rock side to side so that you're massaging underneath the metatarsals on each foot, so from right to left. Now, depending on the firmness of your ball, will depend on how much or how strongly of a sensation you might be feeling. You can always bend into it a little bit more to get a bit more pressure, or lean back. And we'll go side to side, cross fiber connection here. Do that just a few more times. Then slide the ball to the center of your foot. I'll turn sideways here so you can see, and then begin to massage up and down. And you can internally rotate so that you get more of the inside of the arch, and then move it down into the center. Oh, that spot feels really good. And then more towards the pinky toe edge. And just be mindful of what sensations feel the best. If there's a spot that could use a little extra, hold it there and pause, or you can maybe palpate over top. And like I said, our feet take a lot. Think about how much we use them. So this is a really nice way to give back to those feet and start to open them up. Oh, I could do this forever. Now come to the heel to place the ball of the foot on the floor, and now we'll go back to that right and left motion. This doesn't always have a big sensation, but it might for you. And then you can even try circling around, just gently getting into some of those tight little spots. And then just play around with all over the foot. Feels really good. And step that foot off. Take both feet on the floor. Just notice the difference from one side to the other. My foot always feels wider, a little bit more open. Let's even that off. So taking the ball to the opposite side, and we'll begin with that side to side at the top of the foot, at the ball where the metatarsals are. Bending into it a little bit more if you need to, or backing off. Throughout this class, there's going to be a lot of time in most of these postures, so The mind starts to get busy and you start to be thinking about other things. Bring it back to the exercise. Focus on what the exercise is, and then also bring your breath into the practice. Sync it up. Inhale. Exhale. Slow exhale. Can you release more? Switch the ball to the center, the arch of the foot, and begin to roll front and back. Starting more in the inner arch, working your way down and out to the outer arch. Back and forth. Pausing if there's a spot that feels like it needs it. And remember, you can always come back to any of these exercises or sections that feel like they could use a little extra time. Let's move to the heel. Ball of the foot comes on the floor, a little side to side. And then circles. After you get, ooh, I got a good crunch one there. A little bit all over the place, just releasing. And then release the ball down, take both feet onto the floor. Lift your 10 toes, spread them wide and set them down.